I've been making this recipe for about 15 years now, and it is very different to conventional cake. It's healthy, it's absolutely full of nutritional goodness, it tastes good, and it doesn't give you that kind of heavy feeling that you get after eating regular cake. It's actually very simple to make. It helps if you have a food processor. It doesn't have to be like a super powered fandangled one, just a regular simple one. You can even try it with a blender or a hand blender. The first thing I want to say about this recipe is it's a raw food, no bake recipe. So you can explore and experiment with the ingredients. You don't have to get them spot on like if you did if you were baking something. So if you add a little bit more or a little bit less or more of your favorite ingredients, then it's probably going to work really well. So I encourage you to find your unique expression of this carrot cake and let me know how it goes. Right, so the first thing we need to know about this recipe is it comes in two parts, and we need to soak the dates and the cashews, which are the essential part of the frosting. We need to do that in advance, and we also need to soak dates for the main carrot cake. Today I'm going to use a regular food processor. It's not an expensive one, it's one that somebody gave me. And we're going to weigh 100 grams of walnuts, and we're going to pop them in the food processor. And I've already soaked these dates for about 2 hours, so they're nice and soft. They're soft enough to blend. And I'm going to turn on my food processor. So I've got nice rustic chunks in there. About 20 seconds should do it. And then I'm going to add about 1 large carrot worth of carrot into the food processor. We're going to grate about 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I really do prefer using fresh ground nutmeg, and you need the real fine grate on your grater to do this. I did actually buy a special, really good one, but things seem to disappear quite quickly in my kitchen, so I'm just going to use this one. But you can put a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on what your personal favourite flavours are. I just go ahead, add that into the food processor. Then about 1/2 teaspoon of grated ginger. If you're a ginger fan, just go ahead and add a little bit extra into the food processor. Teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And then about a tablespoon of coconut oil. Now that does not look like oil, but the thing with coconut oil is it solidifies above 24 degrees Celsius. That's really warm. I think 70 odd something degrees Fahrenheit. So it's fine to add it like that. Just scoop it out of the jar and then pop it in. At this stage, you want to give it a bit of a mix in so that the walnut and date mixture blend through with the other ingredients before you start to pulsate it down. So when we're processing this with the food processor, we actually don't want a complete absolute puree. You know when it's ready when you have a kind of rustic looking mixture. You find chunks, but nothing's too big in there. So what I like to do at this stage is put this all right back into a bowl, and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of ground almond. So I just want to use the back of my spoon and press down, and yes, I do see a lump of coconut. So I just want to massage this through with a spoon, with the back of my spoon, until I'm happy that there's no lumps of coconut. Until I have this amazing rustic kind of consistency. So you're going to have a bit of chewiness in this, a bit of melt in the mouthness, softness, and the incredible decadent dance of flavours. And now for the fun part. This is where you really get to be creative. I'm going to take the mixture and just put it right into the middle of my plate. If you're used to conventional baking, then this is gonna seem really different. So you may be stepping right out of your comfort zone, which is amazing and fantastic because you're in for a real treat. So we can mold it. We're gonna mold it by hand. If you mold it and you don't like the shape of it, just squish it back up again and mold it into a shape that you love. Mold it until you're happy. I'm gonna do this one about an inch thick. It's just a nice kind of bite size for such a rich, tasty cake. And because it's raw and it's so full of goodness and it's very rich, you don't need like a huge great wedge of it. You have a nice small slice and you're gonna feel satiated and full and well nourished. Place all of the frosting on top to start with. And you might find it easy to spread on with a knife. If it's for a special occasion, just dress it with whatever you feel moved to. A nice simple dressing, desiccated or shredded coconut. So this had a really vibrant feel to it before I even tasted. Because remember, this is a raw carrot cake, so it's still brimming with the life force of these uncooked foods. Oh, that's amazing. If you really love this cake and you love conscious cooking and you're looking for a baked alternative, then check out my book, Trinity's Conscious Kitchen, because in the back of the book I have Enlightenment by Carrot Cake, and this is a baked version of the cake using different ingredients. It's free from refined sugar, free from wheat. It's absolutely delicious and it's been tried and tested for years and years. Thanks for tuning in.